Hi guys, and welcome to another Raspberry Pi technical tutorial. In this edition I want to talk about the ability to start an application at boot time. So when the Raspberry Pi starts, it starts up usually Raspbian, the operating system, and what we may want to have happen is an application that either we've written or that we've obtained from somewhere. We want that to be automatically started so that it's already available when the Pi is booted. So in my example here, I've got a shell script. I call it myprog.sh, and it's literally just a simple shell script. And if we look inside that shell script, it does nothing but put itself into a loop and echo its contents, echo the date into a temporary file. Now this shell script is merely an example. Let's not get confused by that. So you may have your own programs which may or may not be shell scripts, and the goal here is you want these programs to be started. So the way we achieve this is, or one way to achieve this, is through the technology known as systemd. Now systemd is a daemon program that is supplied with Raspbian that is already there and running on your Raspbian system. And its purpose in life is to be able to control and manage daemon programs, for want of a better word. Now we can create our own definition of daemons. So in the etc systemd system folder, I've created a text file called myprog.service. Now it doesn't matter its name, but the first part of the name is what the service will be known as. So we can open this in our editor and have a look at its content. Now the content of a service file for systemd is basically broken up into multiple units, or multiple sections rather. The first section, called unit, describes the service overall and just basically is a place where we can provide a description. The middle section, the one that's called service here, is the most important one. Service defines a property called execstart. This is the path to the program that will be launched when this service is initiated. So we've got a service called myprog.service. It could be xyz.service. When we start the service, for example, when we start the daemon called myprog, it will look inside the file. It will find the service definition. It will find the exec start for that service definition. It will find the path to the binary program or the shell script that you want to run, and it will execute that program. And that's the core behind systemd. Systemd allows us to name logical services, which are then mapped to physical binaries or physical shell scripts, which are then started when we ask them to start. Now the last section of this service file is called install, and this is where we declare which services or which other services in our environment may want this service that we are describing here in their startup list. So here we're saying that this service called myprog is going to be wanted by the multi-user target. Now multi-user target is a state of your Raspberry Pi. It's the state we enter when we are about to become multi-user in the operating system. And what that says is, what this declares is, that myprog, the service, is wanted by the state multi-user.target. So as systemd wishes to enter the multi-user.target state, it will also attempt to start the myprog.service. Right, if all of this sounds very vague, have a look at this have a look at this script here, have a look at this environment, and now let's go play with it from the command prompt. So I bring up a shell command prompt, And if we run the command systemctl, which is the name of the command that we use to interact with systemd, and we say status myprog. Why myprog? Because that's the name of the service. So systemctl status myprog, and it says it is not running, it is not executing. So we execute the command systemctl start myprog, and we've got to run it as root because it's authorized to be such. Systemctl to start new daemons is a root-based environment, so it says we've started it. I run the status command, and it says it's running. We go up to the /temp folder, and we see prog.log. I run tail -f prog.log, and the time now is about 6 o'clock in the evening, and we see here are the messages continually being written to this log file. What's writing them? The answer is my daemon program, which is running, is writing them. If I execute again the sudo systemctl stop myprog, that will stop the daemon. If we look at the state of the daemon, we see that it's killed, and we look at the tail of the log, and it has stopped ticking. Now, one final thing we can do is we can execute the command systemctl as root, systemctl enable myprog, and what that has done is that has caused the daemon to be registered to be started when the system boots. If I was to boot the Pi now, we would see that upon boot the daemon program will automatically have started. Now, if we want to disable that, we can run disable, and what that does is that removes the ability for the daemon to automatically start when the system starts. So again, we run enable, that causes it to be started, that causes the service to be automatically started when the Pi boots, and we say disable, that causes the service to not or to stop being started when the Pi boots. And of course, at any point in time, we can manually look at the status of the daemon with status, name of the service. And if we wanted to, we can manually start the daemon. Oh, because we need to be root, keep forgetting that. And we can then look at the status again, running, and we can manually stop the daemon just like that. Look at the status, stopped. All right. So I hope you have found this useful. Again, for more details, you can always consult the man pages such as man systemctl and man systemd. All of these are good places to go and start and read about this in more detail. Okay, thank you for your time. I hope you found this useful, and look forward to making more of these technical tutorials in the time to come. Thanks now. Bye-bye.